Welcome to Tripp Lite booth here at InfoComm 2013. My name is Jeff Steeman. I'm an application engineer with Tripp Lite. Today we're going to discuss power, backup power, and power distribution. We have down here some battery backup systems on the online double conversion. So AC's coming in, we're converting that into DC voltage, taking that DC voltage, putting it through a high efficiency inverter, and outputting 120 volts plus or minus 2%. Some common applications, Crestron boxes, home automation, theater control, anything where you need backup power. So right here we have a 3 kVA unit, online double conversion, something a little bit smaller in the 750 to 1 kVA range. Some of the recent introductions of what we've done is we've changed from an LED display to an LCD display. LCD display is going to give you a little bit more onboard information about the UPS, such as what the input voltage is, output voltage, battery capacity, your runtime remaining. So that's what you're going to get from these devices here. Some smaller systems, a 500 VA unit handles up to roughly about 300 watts. One thing that Tripp Lite has done recently is change into what we call high power factor, where you get more usable wattage out of a UPS. For instance, if it's a 1 kVA unit, you're going to get about 900 watts. So that's pretty much your backup power, and from backup power you want to go into power distribution. So from the output of the UPS you want to distribute power into the rack accordingly. We have a couple of different rack systems here. We have a horizontal and a 1U form factor. You're going to get total power control, so you can do outlet sequencing. For instance, outlet number 1 turn on instantly, put maybe a 5 or a 10 second delay on outlet number 2, so on and so forth. So you power sequence equipment one after another. Everything's not coming on at the same time. Furthermore, a couple of other things that you can do with this unit: come in remotely and reboot a locked up device. So if you have something that's locked up, you don't want to make a service call, come in here through IP, tell outlet number 2 to turn off, outlet number 2 to turn back on, and you're rebooting a locked up device. So that's the horizontal form factor. Coming around this way, Tripp Lite runs the gamut with power distribution units, 120 volt, 208 volt, 20 amp, 30 amp, 15 amp, different versions. Kind of the same thing that I talked about on the horizontal. These are just a little bit different form factor. Ethernet connections that are in here. You can add environmental sensor to do temperature and humidity on the devices as well. Outside of that, I thank you very much for joining me today. Again, this is Jeff Steeman. We're with Tripp Lite. You come visit us on our website, www.tripplite.com.